Tonight, CBS 6 investigates Schenectady's version of the Hatfields and McCloys, a feud between next-door neighbors that's grown out of control.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know what sparked it or what happened, but it's now escalated to tarps and bad neighbor signs.
Apparently they just don't get along together, but to do this stuff, I mean, it's not very nice.
That's right. The battle between neighbors on Van Ryn Avenue near Brown School has turned into a community eyesore, including this man-made fence. And now the neighborhood has had enough, and they've turned to CBS 6 for help.
Between this great blue wall, the row of yellow slow down men, and the sign out front proclaiming worst neighbor ever.
There's no reason for the theatrics. Absolutely not. To be honest with you, as a neighbor, it's embarrassing.
This neighborhood is fed up with the fight going on between these two homes.
Everybody notices it. The tarps, in my opinion, are way excessive.
This scene in these front yards has been here for weeks and finally prompted a complaint to our newsroom, which brought us out to the battlefield between the blue house and the yellow house.
But you don't think it's very nice to put up that sign?
No, I don't think so. I would be very offended if somebody did that to me. The sign that says that a neighbor, the worst neighbor in the world lives there. It's funny, but it's not funny.
Are you taking sides?
No.
I'm told the feud's been going on for 10 years. It started with a battle over property lines. The neighbors involved wouldn't do an interview, but one talked to me off camera. I'm told the years-long feud was reignited about a month ago when the neighbor in the blue house started throwing peanuts to squirrels over the fence. That prompted the neighbor in the yellow house to put up this sign because he says his relative has a peanut allergy. The other neighbor responded by putting up the worst neighbor ever sign. And then came the wall of tarps and those slow down soldiers. The yellow house neighbor claims police have been called here more than 70 times due to the back and forth, which he says included one physical scuffle.
Maybe they should have put up a higher fence. I don't know.
One neighbor upset by all this pulled over but was afraid to show her face.
It's unacceptable, and it needs to stop.
Do you want the city to try to do something about this?
It would be nice if they can. Sure. That's what we pay taxes for.
We showed photos of the spectacle to the mayor at a public event today.
I'll look into it and get back to you this afternoon.
And he got us in touch with the city building inspector.
When I got a email from WRGB, then I responded immediately.
The inspector tells me the city had already responded to these homes back in 2019 over a complaint about the blue house putting up bird feeders and doing their business on the yellow house's roof.
Unfortunately, these are things we deal with in the building department.
It's already pretty bad when you've got all the other neighbors complaining about what you're doing.
Yeah, we care about the neighbors here and hopefully want to resolve this in a timely manner.
While the building inspector looked into all this, he went out to the property after we brought this feud to his attention. He told me he expected to issue citations, but after the investigation told me that neither neighbor is in violation of the city's zoning code. He is told by the city's corporation council that this is a civil matter. The neighbors I spoke with tell me they don't blame the city. They blame the neighbors and hope they will take down their signs on their own.